Alright, I'll be live just 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's see. We got chat here. Let's see. I'll say hi in chat. Let me know how the audio is. This will go on for as long as I can till my family gets home. They went to the water park, and when they come home, they will be loud. So, alright. You'll have to forgive me. I'm new to a lot of this, so here we go. Let's see. I can hear you. Yeah, the workstations got scrambled in the update. That happens sometimes in major updates. It rarely happens in minor updates. I will have an update to my iron farms later this week. I'll be building the quad, and I'll show you how to build it in two different versions. Alright, let's look at comments. I have been terrible about looking at comments, so I decided to do that. Hi, Polly424. Hello. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, thumbs up, let's see. Oh, that was when I commented on Dr. Jan Science. If you have not seen this video, go check it out for real. His skin in Minecraft is based on Dr. Phil, and this 3D model that he has built is both terrifying and hilarious. Do you know if anything changed with Guardian Farms in the update? There was some behind the scenes mechanic changes for structure farms, nothing that would affect how they are built. The order that a structure spawn is attempted changed. It attempts the structure spawn first now before it attempts the regular mob spawn. However, it still requires a regular mob spawn. This is from Code Digging, of course, for Rufus Atticus, so I'm getting that from him. But nothing changed as far as building the Guardian Farms. Nothing changed for structure spawns as far as we have known so far. The update has only been around 24 to 30 hours, depending on where you are in the world. So still a lot of stuff's being done about that. Oh, there's Navy Nexus. Oh my God, such a huge fan. What a guy. Let's see, what do we got here in chat? What are the most important farms to build in the beginning because my realm with friends reset? I would say a trading hall is number one thing to build. And then, well, I take that back. The first thing to build is something to eat. Because if you don't eat, you die. Then I would build a trading hall. My iron farm won't work. It is a small one. I followed the video where you said to update to 115. I'm in 1.16. Once again, if you built an iron farm and it's not currently working, most likely it's because the POI, the workstations, are scrambled because of the update. Break the workstations, reassign the workstations, and you should be good to go. almost at. Oh yeah, I'm almost at 6,000. I really meant to do a video about reaching 5,000, but I am terribly lazy and I was on a break and a bunch of other things. You know, coronavirus. It's out of hand. So let's see, XP farm. If I build an XP farm, I would go to Navy Nexus's channel right there, the guy right here in the chat. I would build his gold farm, or I would go to Kenneth Dew on YouTube and I would build his Guardian farm. Joshua Katz says hi. Hi, Joshua Katz. Let's see. Would you know how to fix Guardians glitching through slabs? I don't know that Guardians glitch through slabs. It depends on how you mean. Are they glitching through them horizontally or vertically? Made modifications to your iron farm in a test world works great. Modifications are steps and slight layout, but it's your farm. Thanks. Awesome. Good job. Let's see. Hail Guy made your iron farm recently, and the farm works perfectly, but one of the villagers, who is not a nitwit, just did not accept a workstation. I have replaced that villager since. By recently, I hope you don't mean in the 1.16 update. In 1.14, villagers had a lot of bugs. And I will say, despite all the terrible things that went on in 1.16 and them breaking so many things, they did a absolute fantastic job, both with the rates for iron farms and villages, but fixing the bugs for villages. They did an absolute great job with that. I will say that is the one shining spot of 1.16. Now, I'm not a big fan of the R44, and we all know that, but I will say that I am very happy at how they fixed the bugs. Hail Guy, in 115, I built your iron farm about 64 blocks away from my trading farm. Then I broke the villagers' beds. Done with Silent Farms. I have a mixed feelings about Silent. He's an okay guy for most of the part, but I mean, not a lot of people have the time or effort to go into villagers in the depth that I do. So take that with a grain of salt about any and all YouTubers. Everyone has their specialty. Floppy Potato. That's a great screen name, first of all. Hey, big fan. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for your 1.16 beta iron farm. It's insane in 1.16. Yeah, the rates have been great. That is actually due to mostly a YouTuber named Yodolf. You may recognize him if you're on any of the Discords. He has a YouTube channel. I recommend you go follow him also. It was his code digging that came up with where it's 1 in 7,000 in 1.14, and it was his recommendation to go to 1 in 700. So if you like the rate increase, because it was very simple, and that is the cornerstone for the way devs try to improve the game. They do it in the simplest way possible. So we really owe a big thanks for that to Yodolf. Hablo un poco. No, I speak very little Spanish, and I would be embarrassed if I tried to. So no, I will not be speaking Spanish. I built Silent's Guardian farm, which kills them with Trinity killers, and a slab prevents them from going into the water stream and lets the items go through. Now the Trinity sometimes smack. I am not familiar with a lot of Silent's farms, so my recommendation would be go to Kenneth Dew's channel, KENNETHDU, and build his Guardian farms. Does the spawn radius donut apply to iron golems? No. The spawn radius for golems is actually a cube. And it is 44 blocks vertically from player and up to 80 blocks horizontally. Now, that is 80 blocks maximum. You actually don't want to go more than 72 blocks because you wouldn't load the entire side of the farm. It's measured from center, so you'd actually want to only go 72 because on the other side of the center you would have 8 more blocks where golems could spawn. I plug all kinds of people because people besides myself do incredible stuff. I'm not a man on an island. I don't do everything perfectly. I don't even do villager stuff perfectly. I do the best I can, and I try to promote people who I think do good stuff. Can I use these to make a phantom cage around me using the instant kill raid form? Absolutely. And in fact, in the video I just released today, I actually recommended that you do that. Does the spawn radius do not? No, I already answered that. Will R44 affect golems and cat spawning? Yes and no. Yes, cats. Well, I haven't tested it in the 1.16, but in the beta, cats did not spawn at distance. When I built the quad iron farm to test in the beta, I was not getting cats. Now, I believe that has something to do with the bug where cats were spawning like a billion cats in a village because they were going into unloaded chunks and stuff. And I believe it has something to do with that, but I can't confirm that. Only a dev could confirm why they did that. But I was not getting cats spawning at distance. I didn't measure what the distance were that cats would spawn. But golems, they are not actually affected by R44 because R44 doesn't affect village dwellers. In fact, no despawning radius affects villagers or any type of village dweller. By the way, how old are you? I am 43. I said that in one of my videos. Did 1.16 affect cat spawning because now I get farthest string? I don't believe it did. I believe we are just used to... Now, I haven't compared rates, so I don't want to start lying. I would need to go look at videos and old pictures and stuff that I have. But I believe that we are just used to AFKing and have a chest full of string and very little iron. And now we have a lot of iron and very little string. So I believe the rates are probably the same, but I can't... Don't quote me on that. Let's see. I'm building Salt Whisperer. Raidform Ravagers don't suffocate. Any idea what? I don't. I'm not familiar with his raid form. I can't answer that. I mean, I have no idea. When you make an iron farm, what professions can I not use? Farmers, librarians, and fishermen. And you can use those. You just won't get golem spawning during the rain. Good morning. Well, it's 7:32 p.m. my time, so good morning to you and good evening to me, I guess. Don't watch the fix video on his second channel. How should I collect the XP with update to the instant raid farm when I go AFK overnight? You can lower the kill chamber. I recommended that you don't because, one, it's simpler and you don't have to do any extra work. Two, I recommend not doing it because I am seeing people work overtime and triple time to try to come up with a solution for the R44 problem. So I suspect because it is so unpopular that it will change within the next update or two. However, if you are concerned with XP for the raid farm, that you lower the kill chamber. And I'll have a video about that in a few days with a complete rebuild, so no worries there. Does the entire village have to be inside the Iron Golem spawn cube? No. Only the center. You can perform a lot of center manipulation. Now, I don't typically like to do that in my iron farms, especially not ones I do tutorials for, simply because it's not a concept that is easily explained. But only the center of the village would need to be inside of the iron farm. Will golem spawn if I make a trading hall style iron farm if you use all librarians and farmers? Yes, only they won't in the because librarians and farmers have in their JSON file, well, it's actually all the villagers, but the specifically for a librarian, farmer, and fisherman, it says will work in rain and then false. And it doesn't say that for any other villagers, and I'm not sure why. Sorry for the random question. Do you play Rocket League? I do play Rocket League occasionally on Xbox, and I stream it through my computer. What you think about personal Bedrock technical page? Sometimes wiki sucks for Bedrock. I read the wiki quite often. The wiki is hit and miss. I say never trust the wiki. Read the wiki, get an idea from the wiki, and then test it. Test it yourself. The wiki is written primarily by Java players who have knowledge of how Bedrock works, but they don't specialize it in the way that we all do. Let's see, where am I at? Let's see. Oh, well, it jumped on me. Okay, here we are. On your insta-kill raid farm for me, pillagers don't spawn. I've done your fixes, but it's not working for me. Okay, when you say pillagers aren't spawning, do you mean the captains aren't spawning? Because if the captains aren't spawning, that means that you have a pillager somewhere. Now, that means that he could have spawned on top of the leaves or something, because the snow builds up. And as long as you have a pillager somewhere, you will never spawn a captain, and you will never get bad omens. So either on the ground somewhere, like a patrol wandered up, somewhere in your density check area, you have a pillager. If you have a pillager, you will never spawn a captain. Let's see. Have the iron farm rates improved? Yes, 10 times. Rufus Atticus actually confirmed earlier today that it is in fact, 1 in 700 chance, like we suspected, but it has now been confirmed through code digging. He has a new Discord about code digging called Analyzing Bedrock. He also has a YouTube channel, Rufus Atticus. He's a Exploit member, TechRock member, and Advanced Automation member. Just wanted to say hi. Hello, Fizz Cannon. Oh, subscribe to Fizz Cannon right there. Subscribe to that guy. He's a great guy. He's a admin on Advanced Automation. I know him. He's a good guy. So subscribe to him, and in fact, subscribe to all of the members of BrokeRock. What is R44? R44 is the instant despawn on simulation distance of 4. On higher simulation distances, the despawn, which is something we've all asked for a long time, is larger than the spawn radius. The spawn radius is a sphere of 24 to 54. Now, if you instantly despawn mobs outside of a 44 distance, you have less than 50% of your spawn spaces available. So from 44 to 54 doesn't sound like that much, but you're losing over 50% of your spawn areas. So essentially 24 to 32 spawn, no despawn. 32 to 44 spawn, but 1 in 800 chance of despawn. So that's a huge chunk of available spawn space. And not just that, but because of fall damage, you almost are forced to use portal farms, and I hate them. I hate portal farms with every ounce of my being. So since you can't use fall damage farms, you are almost forced to use portal tiles. So the 44, that is the problem with the R44. How many blocks apart between iron farms and village? 96 horizontally, 76 vertically. Hey, young guy, I've been thinking about terraforming a hill over my iron farm. If I covered the farm with the golems, you can build iron farms underwater or underground or at build height or anywhere you want to. They don't have a Y level. You can cover them. You can give them sky access, whatever you want to. Golems don't care about sky access. Built a huge trading hall. Got an accidental iron farm. Help me till I built yours. Oh, held you over. Okay. Yeah. I get this a lot that people have trading halls and they get a ton of golems spawning in there. Golems spawn one golem for every 10 villagers. So if you have 40 villagers in your trading hall, or 60 or 80 or however many people have, because some people have, I've seen trading halls that are like 200 or 300 villagers. So if you had 200 villagers, well, you're going to have 20 golems wandering around. That's a real problem if you hit a villager accidentally. So when I showed how to build a trading hall, I showed you how to build one where you don't spawn cats and you don't spawn golems because there's not enough beds. I heard people say it's either a cat or a golem that spawns. Is that rumor true, or do you know? This is the most hotly debated subject across all of Minecraft, whether cats interfere with the golems. And I had a video about it in the mechanics playlist. Golems and cats have different spawn rules. They share the same spawn spaces. However, they do not interfere other than they don't interfere with each other other than if a cat spawns in a space and it chooses a golem to spawn in that exact XYZ space, because golems and cats spawn differently than regular mobs. Regular mobs spawn only in X and Z coordinates, and then they start at the top of the world and spawn straight down in a column. Cats and golems spawn in a XYZ pattern. It chooses a spot in the 16 by 6 by 16 area. So if a cat is in the exact spot that a golem wants to spawn, it could block it. But that is very rare. So they share different rules, and they are actually in different categories. Golems are in the defender category, and cats are in the neutral passive category, because it goes villagers, golems, hostiles, which is where my raid farm comes into, and then passive. So cats and golems share spawning areas, but different spawning rules and different categories inside of the village dwellers. Let's see, captains. Captains are the pillagers that carry the banner that cause you to get bad omen. I can't stay, but I'm happy to see you first live. I wish you success. Thank you. That's very kind. Fizz Cannon, leave a like, people. Well, that's very nice. Once again, go subscribe to Fizz Cannon. He has some of the best Let's Plays and stuff that I watch them all the time. Especially the Skyblock. No, it's not Skyblock, Chicken Block. The Chicken Block series. I've been watching that. Four cats spawn from the farm in the center, preferably. Let me see. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Okay. I haven't only been getting cats, but just wondering about the rumors. Thanks. See you later, Fizz Cannon. Yeah, the rumors about cats and golems, that is very hotly debated across. Everybody has an opinion, and I've never seen a test where anyone could prove a difference in rates between having cats and not having cats. And also, here's the hot take. You can't stop cats from spawning. Cats only need 4 beds. Now, you can pull cats out and save them and all that, and then you wouldn't have any more spawn, but you have to have some cats spawn eventually. This is, Hambling Green. Yeah, I know him from Discord. My parents cut me off from the community, but that's okay, I guess. I'm contributing to developing tech independently. I had heard that. People had mentioned that your parents had cut you off from Discord and social media, but hey, everybody misses you, so keep it up. Currently, I'm making a Sahara shop system that is absolutely tiny. Awesome. Sahara, that's a Java thing. I don't know a lot about Java, so. Oh, look at that. There's Got Carp. Yeah, he knows. Is your 1.15 iron farm the most optimal for 1.16, or do you have a new design coming out? I have been testing some new designs. I'm not going to lie, but they are not ready yet, and currently that is the most optimal because the villagers are within range to be able to detect the beds. See you later, Hamlin Green. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, look at there! Look at all these people right here. Boyden, he's from Discord. I know him. A lot of people stopping by. 5 cats. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, 5 cats. It's 4 cats per bed, and if you have 20 beds, it's 5 cats. With a maximum of 10 cats. So if you are interested in string, you should add more beds to your iron farm, and you can have a string factory. So add 20 more beds, and you will have 40 beds. And then you will have 10 cats because that's the maximum number, so there wouldn't be any point in adding any more beds. The 1.16 added very few features to villages that weren't in 1.15. The 1.16, as far as villagers are concerned, was mainly bug fixes, and like I said earlier, they did a fantastic job fixing bugs in villages. Does the villagers need to be clear? Are you talking about their inventory? Because no, they can have potatoes or carrots or whatever in their pockets. Who cares? The inventory thing is only if you're planning on building your crop farm. People talk about quote unquote clean villagers, and I think that's dumb because you should say either empty or whatever, but call them clean. But I do prefer to call them empty villagers. But no, they don't need to be quote unquote clean for a iron farm or a trading hall. That is only for crop farms because you wouldn't want them to have carrots in their pocket if you're trying to grow potatoes. Hang on a sec, I need to cough. Alright, I'm back, I think. Oh, what happened to my chat? There it is, okay. I built your iron farm in 1.14, which gave me about 42 an hour. It works great in 1.16. It now gives me about 342 an hour. Thanks for the info. No problem, glad to help. Let's see, right here. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I recognize you from YouTube. Kronks. I don't know if that's I'm butchering your name. I have no doubt. I've seen his videos. Fantastic. He did a video where he compared iron farms. You should definitely go check it out. Somebody sent it to me the other day, and I don't mean to brag, but I got first place and second place. So in Minecraft Java Edition, iron golem farms don't need workstations, but in Bedrock we do. This is something I suspect will change very soon. In 1.16, they actually removed the need for villagers to work to spawn golems in the same update that we got that requirement. And because of their push for, I'm going to do air quotes here really hard. You won't be able to see them, but I'm going to air quote it really hard and say parity. I suspect that will be changing eventually. If any villager apart, I should just move this chat over into this screen. That way we can all read together. What am I doing with my life? Is your 1.15 iron farm also a trading hall? Yes. It moved the villagers from below up to the side because having them too far below the beds creates instability. I should have just been over here in the first place. I don't know what I was doing in my life. This is my first stream, so please be patient. Eventually, we'll have bells and whistles and cameras and I don't know, flashy blingy lights. Maybe we'll do cool stuff over here. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Let's see. Man, the way you explain the mechanics is the best. It's how it should be done by everyone on YouTube. I appreciate that. I make videos that I would like to see. That's why I make videos to help people, and I make them in the manner that I think I would like to watch. And does Quad Iron Farm still work in 1.16? Yes, it very much still works. The version that I have on my YouTube channel does not work because it does not have workstations. However, the spacing is still correct. If you want to apply that to the new type of Iron Farm with the workstations, you can do it, or you can wait for the video in a few days. Hi, Olga. Access 293. Hello. Right here. That's right, Car Parody 100. What's up? How are you? I'm doing great. What did you prefer with Minecraft Bedrock over Java? I'll be honest with you. Controller support. I'm a huge controller person. I have problems with my hands occasionally, and manipulating mice and keyboard is not always great for me. And so I am much more comfortable with a controller. It's curling the burn. Thank you for even letting me even showcase your arm. No, absolutely. I do this so that I can put the information out, and as many people that can spread it as possible. The only thing I've ever asked of anyone is that you mention me at the bottom in the description somewhere. Are you really old? I am 43, and I should go into that again. I've told it a few times on various Discords and even in a video. But when I joined Xbox, however many years ago it was, 9, 10, 11 years ago, however many years ago it was, on my first day I was playing, I don't know, Halo or Call of Duty or something. I don't remember what it was, but I was playing with what we affectionately called back then squeakers. And they were like, when you join Xbox, it gives you some gibberish name like, I don't know, door handle 928 or something. I mean, it's just gibberish and nobody uses it and everybody changes it. And back then, you actually had to, you got one free change and then you had to pay. And it cost $10 to change your name. Can you believe that? $10 to change your Xbox screen name. But the first day they were like, hey Elga, guard this. Hey Elga, flank left. Hey Elga, do this. Hey Elga, disarm the bomb. Hey Elga, because clearly I was way older than them. And so I just made that my screen name, and I just kept it because it cost $10 to change it. And here we are like a decade later, and I still have it. So, let's see. Hey, what's up, man? Nothing, doing pretty good. Just my first stream. Were those other live streams? Yeah, I was just trying to test out the software. Should I put the 1.15 iron farm trading hall from each other if I want to acquire iron farm? 96 blocks apart horizontally and 76 blocks vertically. Last question, if I made a farm and then remove the beds, does that delete the village file? Yes, in the overworld it absolutely does. If you don't have any beds, then you don't have a village. The village will completely disappear. I have a couple of videos about the end and the nether. If you build villages there, you will be sorry because it will not delete the file. That data lasts forever. Is the iron farm from your still work? The one that's like 3 months old. Let's go to my channel and look. I honestly don't know how old my videos are. Let's see. Do you mean this one or this one? Yes, this one right here absolutely does work. This is what I would recommend you currently build. I built it in the 1.15 beta, and everything that I said in this video still holds true. Okay. Is the iron farm from... you need beds for a village? Oh, that's right. Good job, Carp. This guy right here, he's on a lot of the discords, a lot of technical discords, so... No beds, no villages, that's right. Your name looks really familiar from Discord, too. Do you have a purple and black avatar on Discord? How old are you? 43? Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, controller gang, bro. Let's see. You're younger than I am. Well, that happens to all of us. We all get a little old. I remember the video you explained, and I thought it was a breeder video. It could have been. I have a couple of breeder videos. My username is weird. I kept it since the Halo 3 days. Sir Lady Killer. I've seen you around either the Discords or YouTube somewhere. I am terrible with names, and I'm worse with faces, so when I butcher people's names, or maybe I don't remember you, I apologize. Haha, tacticals. Guess I took my Xbox name and it stuck to you. They didn't fix the chunk lighting propagation on 1.16. I'm very sorry. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of bugs that didn't get fixed and a lot of new bugs. I try not to come down too hard on the developers because they are, every time we add a platform, it gets harder and harder. So we're at, I think we're at 8 platforms, unless you count Google as like 100 platforms, because every phone's a little different. But so I try to give them thumbs up just based on the bugs that they fix from villages. Specifically, the biggest one where if you unloaded a village too quickly through portals, that you would break all villagers across the entire realm. I remember when you were like 100 subscribers. Yeah, me too. It's blown up. It's been insane. I can't believe that it's gotten this big. It still blows me away all the time. I mean, when the update dropped and like people were pinging me every like 30 seconds on Discord yesterday, I was like, I can't believe this many people care what I have to say. Yes, it was set up for 1.16. I confirm it works well. Let's see. If you built a village in the Nether and you remove it, will it stop duplicating the files? It will stop duplicating the files. It, however, will not remove the data. We, on TechRock, actually had a village trading hall in the end, even though I told them not to. But we just went in manually with Universal Minecraft Editor and deleted all the data. So let's hope we don't have a problem. Let's see. I comment a lot, sorry. I am sorry also because I have not been keeping up with comments on YouTube. So I will do these streams more often and I will get to the comments eventually, I swear to God. The crafting bug that doesn't allow you to view our crafting recipes is very annoying. I actually haven't gotten to play a lot of survival just yet in 1.16 because I am busy testing all kinds of stuff. Anyway, what's with Scare Mechanic and such? Are they a thing yet? Also, I remember when you had like 100 subscribers as well. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Like, this channel has exploded, so like 100 subscribers, that was like, I don't know, 8 months ago or something. The Scare Mechanics we do not have, and I hope we never get, because they are too OP, and we just don't need them. I mean, I hope they never come. We don't have them currently, and I hope they never come. I don't like overhauling the village mechanic system. I only like bug fixes. Squash the bugs, keep the mechanics. Remember when we went from 1.10 to 1.11 and the nightmare that it was? Like, let's pump our brakes on changing stuff and just keep what we got and fix it. Yeah, the cure system works great. You don't actually need to keep them up. Well, I just released a video about trading halls, and I demonstrate the simplest, most basic of all curing systems. That works really well. The curing system for discounts, thumbs up on that. Let's see. If you decide to stream again, I think it'll be really cool to watch you play Minecraft or whatever. This has gone really well, so I probably will start streaming more on the Exploit and AA realm. Oh, look, there's Hamblin Green back. I thought he said he was leaving. Look at that. He's back. Never left. Look, I'm scrolling up. I'm reading the names. Look, he didn't even leave. Hamblin Green. Keep an eye on this guy right here. He is a future up-and-comer in the tech world right here. This guy right here. I recommend a lot of these names. This guy right here always comments on a lot of my videos. A lot of these people. So, yeah, outstanding. Alright, now that chat has slowed down a little bit, let's bump it down here. The cure system is very OP. Because you can trade for apples, and because gold is practically free because of the fast tick gold farms, go check out Flowland on YouTube or Navy Nexus. Navy Nexus video is a little better, but Flowland is one of the originators of the design. Because gold is free and you can trade for apples, and emeralds because of raid farms are free, like, the curing system is very OP. Anytime your prices get too high, just cure the villagers again. It is really insanely OP. Villager trading is the most OP mechanic that we have in the game. I do have some things planned for Exploit. We are currently they are still in 1.14 because they are working on some 1.14 projects. And I don't have a version switcher installed. I may do that before they update to 1.16. But they are working on some secret projects involving removing I'm just going to tell you, let's just bust this wide open. We're removing the nether roof. So in 1.16, breaking the bedrock became a lot harder. So they are still on 1.14 and are breaking the bedrock roof of the nether. So that should be done in a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little sooner, because there are some things they're working on right now I've seen. And once that happens, I will get back to it, and I have a lot of wacky villager stuff planned and a few other things. Let's see. Would love to see you more exploit through streams or videos. I actually have a couple of planned exploit stuff once we update to 1.16, because here is the thing I'm going to tell you. When they changed the mob cap to not include mobs that don't have a spawn rule, I believed that was directed at mob switches involving armor stands. However, villagers no longer count towards the mob cap. I can have insane amounts of villagers and not affect mob farms. DJC and I are working on some combined villager / mob / whatever kind of farms. We have a lot of cool stuff going on. Let's see. You mentioned that having the villager in the iron farm bobbing in water will prevent them from pathfinding to their bed. I did not say it prevented them from pathfinding. I said it prevented them from aggroing. In the same way that water prevents a wolf attacking you or a spider during the daytime. If a mob is in water, it will not aggro. And if a villager does not aggro, it will not delink from its bed. If it doesn't get the little lightning storm cloud over its head, it won't delink. So being in water will keep it from delinking at nighttime. Let's see. I try to only ask good questions and I try to help others on your show. I will say that a lot of times when I'm absent, that I will come to my channel and I will find Sir Lady Killer and a few other people answering questions on my behalf. And I always try to thank those people as much as possible because it is community members like them, not only on here on YouTube, but also on Discord, who are helping other people. And that is what this channel is about. So good job on Sir Lady Killer and everyone that helps on my channel. It needs to be nerfed a little bit. Let's don't start talking all kinds of crazy there, Hamlin Green. Think like you're multiple and not just the same villager over and over. Come on now, that was the genius. There's no redstone to it. It's the best. Not to one emerald. The only thing that will limit you on how many villagers you can cure is how many splash potions of weakness you can come up with. How do you break bedrock in 1.16? I have seen a few designs. They are not mine to give away, so I will not be talking about it. Hey, it's Pancake. Oh, hey, look at there. Pancake from Navy Nexus's Discord. That guy's all over the place right there. Want to let you know that the BC hasn't forgotten. Oh, Breakfast Club. That's right here, the Breakfast Club. I am not a member of Breakfast Club. No one invited me. I'm sad frog face, I guess. Feels bad, man. Let's see. What is your recommended way to move villagers in survival? I am a big fan of boats, leads, and scaffolding. I actually have a video planned. I'm going to show y'all a secret right here. Right here. In this folder is a video I'm working on about how to move villagers around your world. Look at that. Y'all got to see something early. Look at that. All right, let's bring up my chat again. Let's see. Also, because the bug fixes, it is now very safe to transport your villagers through the nether. So, feel free to move your villagers through the nether, just don't build villages there. So, villages, minecarts, boats. I prefer boats because if I can get to a river or an ocean, that is the best way to move villagers. Let's see. My iron farm start working with a new update. Any suggestions on how to fix it? The update scrambled your POI. So you may need to reassign beds and reassign workstations if it is the type of farm where the villagers are asleep on the beds. You'll need to reassign the beds and workstations. If it is the type where the villagers are not near the beds but are in water, you will only need to reassign the workstations. The water at the feet of the villager was best tip I have heard. I passed it on many times. In 1.11, I teamed up with a guy named OrTV here on YouTube, and check out his channel. He is taking a break. He plays a lot of Rocket League. Someone asked me about Rocket League. He plays a lot of Rocket League with his kids. He and I teamed up, and we dug through the village mechanics day and night. I mean, we were putting in 60 hours a week probably in the evenings. I mean, I don't think either one of us slept more than 4 or 5 hours a day. And we did that for a couple of months. And we would build stuff and send it back and forth. And we learned how to use Universal Minecraft Editor together. And without OrTV, there would be no old guy. So go give the guy a shout out on Discord or YouTube. Let's see. Have I talked about the quad farm? The quad farm still works. I marked it as broken because that's what I do, because the farms in the video itself don't have workstations, so it does not work. The quad farm will work. You will just need to build a type of farm that has workstations. I will have a video in a couple of days. Let's see. I tried to add a cure system, but they kept disappearing even though they weren't burning. I don't know what I did. Maybe the hole wasn't deep enough. I need to rewatch that video. It has to be on hard. If it's on easy or normal, on easy, there's a 100% chance your villager will be murdered. If you are on normal, it's 50% chance. I will at some point have another video about how to install a breeder so that you can always have a fresh villager for your curing station. But I wanted to get that one out because it was insanely simple. It required absolutely no redstone, and everyone knows how I hate redstone. Let's see. However, it is possible that they are burning in the sunlight. Let's see. Workstation, farmers, fisher. That's right. No farmers, fisher, or librarians. If I double the amount of villagers in your simple iron farm, will they increase the rates of the farm? Yes. In 1.16, because they spawn so fast, it will increase your rates. The biggest increase you can make is to build an iron farm with two platforms like this one right here. So that you have a lower platform and an upper platform. However, upgrading from 10 villagers to 20 villagers will increase your cap and increase your spawn rate. I closed my... There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Slightly. Yes, slightly. That is correct. If I accidentally right-click... However, if you go above 20 villagers, it is super rare to get a third golem to spawn before the first one would be killed. So increasing beyond 20, you will not see a noticeable, like an appreciable increase. Theoretically, you'll get an increase, but not an appreciable one that you'll be able to measure. And if you go to 40, you're just wasting villagers. Let's see, 1.16 quad iron farm in a few days. Let's see. Thank you so much. No problem. That's what we do here. Let's see, dinner time. Thanks a lot. See you later. I appreciate you coming. I got to go for a second. I'll be back later. Thank you for stopping by, even for a few minutes. Let's see, do you know some spawn rules of mobs used in farms? Here is a secret I'm going to show you. If you go to and type in, let's see, Minecraft add-ons. I'm going to show you guys all the dirty secrets that technical players use. And you go to Minecraft.net, which is Mojang's website, and you scroll all the way down. And you can do this on mobile. You can do this on your computer. And you go right here. This is the Vanilla Behavior Pack. It is always available, whatever the current version is. Now, anytime there's a beta, if you join the Advanced Automation Discord, and I don't know how the links work in a live stream, if my standard links are there. If they are, go down and join the Advanced Automation Room because we post all of the beta JSON packs. And that is thanks to a guy named Mathmati. And you will find him on Advanced Automation. And, of course, go subscribe to him on YouTube. Right here. And it will download. Now, I've already downloaded it, but we'll open it. Right here. And if you go right here to spawn rules, it will tell you the spawn rules for every single mob. For instance, let's go look at our new friend. I don't know, let's think Strider. Here are the spawn rules. Minecraft spawn. Now, unlike a lot of mobs in the Nether, he's actually an animal and not a monster. Spawns underground, difficulty, peaceful, and hard. Some mobs will only spawn from easy to hard if they are hostile mobs. Spawn weight. Now the weight is difficult to calculate because you need to take the weights of all the mobs that could possibly spawn in that condition, add them together, and then divide to get the percentage. They spawn in herds 2 to 4. Density limit for surface is 3. has biome tag operator and nether. So he only spawns in biome nether. So essentially in all of the nether. That is how you determine the spawn rules for mobs. Now, not all mobs are going to have spawn rules in their JSONs. For instance, let's see where we got. Let's see, Iron Golem. Let's see if it's in here. See, there is no one for Iron Golem because Iron Golems are either player created or they are spawned by the village. So there is your structure spawns and your village spawns are not going to be in here. I want to show you, for instance, let's say Pillager right here, Pillager. Notice that they don't have any spawn rules in here because Pillagers are spawned as part of a raid and part of the outpost structure. So they don't actually have spawn rules in their JSON. Those rules are hard-coded and would have to be shown to you by a code digger. We're not going to do that here. We're not going to disseminate the code to everyone. Here's a Pillager patrol. And I want to show you, because Pillager patrols have a population control of Pillager, Pillager patrols, Pillagers from your outpost, and Pillagers from your raid all share the same population control, or what people call mob cap. And they now have a light filter. Let's see, difficulty filter. Oh, here we go. Brightness filter 0 to 7. And this is why we have to darken the raid outpost now. Because they all share the same population control and the same type of, spawn rules. So that is the dirty secret of how technical players determine what the spawn rules are. We don't just randomly guess. Let's see, bring up my chat again. Let's see, where are we at? Hey man, stopping by, just wanted to Clutch Farm. Thank you for stopping by, thank you for watching. See you later, Carp. Later, Hamlin Green, let's see. Audio is a little low. Here's the thing, I have a terrible mic. I will try to see if I can turn it up a little bit. No, it is at max. Oh, I might have been leaning away from it when I was doing that other stuff. Let's see. I should be able to pop in and say hi every once in a while. I appreciate you stopping by. This guy right here, as soon as he gets a little older and his parents let him be back on social media, watch out for this guy. Let's see. Hey man, somebody want to say thank you for the. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. If that's the name blue. Let's see. Look at that. Look at all these people that love Hamlin Green. Hey old guy, does a villager trading hall 6 stalls underground count as a village? Because I'm getting not even a cat. A single villager and a single bed counts as a village. So if you are not getting a cat, it's because you don't have at least 4 beds. Or there is not a solid block for him to spawn on. What does weight mean in spawning? Weight is the percentage of, it helps determine the percentage of mobs of that type that will spawn. Let's say I have 5 mobs that will spawn, and each one of them has a 20%, a 20 weight. So I would say 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 100, and then I would divide by 5, and that would bring up, obviously, each mob would have a 20% chance. I did a terrible job there because I used 20 and the solution was 20. Let's say that each mob had a weight of 10. So then I would have 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and it would come to 50, and I would divide by 5. Once again, I need to pick this better. You take the complete number of weight of all the mobs that could spawn in that condition, and you add them all up together. You divide by the number of, you divide by the percent, like the weight. So let's say your combined thing comes up and adds up to, I don't know, 200. So you would divide 200 by 20. and that would tell you the percent that your mob chance would be to spawn. I had your simple iron farm with the villagers in the middle, and I built it in workstation like the one. It totally stopped working with the upgrade to 1.16. Okay, we had mentioned this earlier, and I mentioned a couple times, and even on Discord, that the update scrambled the workstations and POI. In fact, in general, this happens occasionally with major updates. So you will need to reassign the beds and reassign the workstations, and then you'll be back in business. Solution will destroy the workstation and then put them back in one by one. Looking okay, you explained exactly what I just told you. Good job. Your sound is really low. Well, I have a terrible mic. I'm sorry about that. I'll do what I can. This was way easier at night because they okay. So let's see. Tell about it. Try doing it for 21 of them. Definitely do it at night. Yeah, that is correct. Do it at night because your villagers won't be wandering around and they will just be laying in their beds. What is going on to occur if I use Nether Portal for the iron farm? It's so much iron to create the kill chamber on the over. What is going to occur if I use Nether Portal for the iron farm? Now, I will say that in 1.16, there have been some changes to the TS timer mechanics. And I don't fully understand what they all are yet because I haven't had a chance to fully test them. But I'm in the process of testing them. And I can't remember her name right at the exact moment. Christina Nicole, I want to say it was, on Discord. Brought to my attention that if you send a golem through a nether portal, it is instantly removed from the village without you having to kill it. And it teleports it to the nether, and it no longer triggers the TS timer. I hope that's what you're talking about, because, let's see. So you can stack up your iron golems in the nether, and then go kill them, or have a second person and kill them that way, like you would with a guardian farm. Let's see. However, it won't increase your rates beyond whatever the maximum rate. Villagers spawn as a 1 in 700 chance. So, on average, if you built an iron farm and you average it out, the maximum would be 411 point something, whatever the decimal places are. So, while you can spawn rates higher than that, that would be the average if you average it out over, let's say, 10, 12 hours. Let's see. The double iron farm has them in water so they don't sleep. Man, I'm confused. Your villagers don't need to sleep to spawn golems. That's not a requirement in Bedrock. I have thought they would get frustrated and give up on the workstation across the platform and try the near one, but no. They would eventually, but it will take forever. So I recommend you manually break it and figure it out and place them manually. Let's see. Hey, I was wondering, I'm in Minecraft right now, and I tried to give a zombie an item, and the zombie won't pick it up. Do they pick up items? Do they pick items up? Well, let's go to our JSON. Let's see. Downloads. See all the terrible things I've been downloading. Let's see. Where we at? Entities. Zombie. Let's see. Well, that's where he changes to a drown, which is a whole nother thing. I have not investigated whether zombies pick up things. They are supposed to. It was in the changelog. Let's see. One can break. Burns in daylight. Let's see where we at. Can climb. Hurt condition. Breathable. They're talking about their loot tables, and then you can look up the loot tables. Here we go. These are the items that they can pick up. Shareables. It involves swords, obviously. Helmets. It's going to be a lot of armor items, so I'm not going to... Here we go. Helmets, skulls. Like all these things are things they can wear. So obviously they would be able to pick up all of these leggings, boots. Obviously they would be able to do that because they can already wear armor. It depends on what type of item you are throwing at them, it looks like. all of these mobs are not going to be able. I mean, I believe it is hard coded into what they can pick up, and I believe they can just pick up any item. I've seen zombies pick up rotten flesh and stuff, so I'm going to say that I don't know why they aren't picking up stuff for you, but I have seen them pick up rotten flesh and stuff. Let's see. Your legends are you repeating yourself? No problem. I don't mind repeating myself. I repeat myself all the time. Thank you so much. It's getting late, so I'm heading out. Good luck on the streams and vids. Thank you very much. Oh, and the other thing, you used to have 5 cats for 10 villagers. Now only 2 cats. We don't kill cats at our house. There are some weird things with cats. I believe it is because there were some issues where cats would spawn in the. You might have like a billion cats in your village, but I don't have confirmation on that. So just let's forget I said that. Will water make him forget to pathfind to the bed? It has nothing to do with pathfinding. It has everything to do with aggro. When a villager cannot reach a POI, a workstation. Let me bring up the JSON again. Alright, here we go. Entities. I want to show you about villagers. You guys are getting a first class education here, so be glad you joined the first stream. Right here, do you see all this stuff that talks about schedules? Now, this controls what a villager does during the day. And villagers, first of all, I want to say their file is incredibly long and incredibly complex. One of the most long, listen to me talk. One of the longest, words are hard sometimes. It's just one of the longest and most complex files that you will find in all of any entity. But they have times that they want to be in bed, times they want to work, times they want to mingle, times they want to meet at the bell, times that they want to, whatever their schedule involves. And different villager types have different schedules. There's peasant, there's non-peasant, there's nitwit, there's unemployed, there's babies. They all have different stuff. And they have what is called a goal. And for each goal, there is a minimum and maximum distance for the goal. And if they can't reach their goal, they will get aggro and delink from that type of POI. Now, if it's during a work schedule and they can't reach their workstation, they will delink. They will get an aggro, the lightning cloud storms above their head, and they will delink from that workstation and attempt to claim another workstation. If it's a bed, they will delink from the bed if it's nighttime and they can't reach their bed. Now, the water keeps them from aggroing. It keeps them from getting the lightning bolt above their head, much in the same way that wolves and spiders happens to them too. If a spider is chasing you during the day because you've hit it, if you run into the water and the spider runs into the water, it forgets all about you. It loses its aggro. The same thing with a wolf. If you hit a wolf and it's chasing you and you run into the water, the wolf will stop aggro and will no longer chase you. I wanted to show you the goal distances, but I can't find it at the exact second, and I feel like I've spent enough time on this right here. Let's see. Here's where it talks about their food and the type of things that they can share. It is a long JSON. Let's just close this out. Let's see. Where are we at now? Let's see. That's what I thought. I'll persist. I'll break beds and stations and try again. Okay, good job for that. Let's see. What are the requirements for golems to spawn? Golems need a minimum of 20 beds and a minimum of 10 villagers. The villagers, at least 75% of the villagers, must have worked within the last day. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh, all villagers in a village must have a bed. They must have a solid block to spawn on. That is it. It is very simple to spawn golems and cats. People make it seem more complicated than it is. I'm not sure why, but it is very simple. Let's see. Once you tame us your cat, is that cat taken out of the village? No, I don't believe that it is. There is. Let's see. Is there a chance that a zombie can pick up an item just like in Java? Yes. In 1.16, it is added that mobs such as zombies and skeletons and etc. can pick up items just like in Java. I mean that if you want to create your iron farm, I need so much iron. I need a farm to create your farm. Not the latest farm requires. Let's see how many. Let's see. It requires a hopper minecart, a rail, and a second hopper. Yes. Let's see. That is the only iron in the farm. So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. 20 workstations, 20 beds, at least 10 villagers. The business. Oh, look at that guy right here trying to help out. Good job, guy. Once I get this working, you will get a mad tip. I don't have Patreon or any of that other business. I'm not a fan. It feels a little bit like prostitution. Let's see. Servers and realms. There is a bug that makes it burn. Not in single player, though. Interesting. You're telling me that on realms and servers that what do you call it? Zombies will burn even if they're covered. Interesting. I've killed so many villagers, they probably resent me by now. Listen, bro, nobody's killed more villagers than me. I am a serial iron golem and villager killer. I burnt my netherite scraps. I haven't gotten a chance to play around with the netherite yet. I have not gotten a chance to play in Survival yet. I plan on playing in the next couple of days on Advanced Automation though. I encountered some problems with your iron farm. The villagers cannot be trapped in the glass chamber. I don't know why. In 1.16, I covered this in the last couple of videos that I made. If you place a block directly above the bed, when they wake up, they will phase and glitch up through the blocks. This is to prevent villagers from suffocating in walls and in blocks that people place above their head. So you will need to leave the block above the bed empty, but place a glass blocks where the villager head will be, and it will prevent them from moving around too much. Let's see. Let's see. Hello, do you have any ideas as to why some of my villagers in my trading area, most of the important ones, keep disappearing? The area is also lit up. Well, first of all, I would check for that it's not on chunk border, because chunk border bug is the longest running bug and is responsible for more mobs going missing than anything else. It is not as likely that a zombie attacked and killed them. I would check that it is a chunk border issue. Avoid placing villagers or any mobs that you care about really near a chunk border, because they can despawn. Let's see. No, netherite will burn on servers and realms. It's never supposed. Oh, interesting. I hope that somebody has reported that. I will have to look later and see if I can upload. This brings me to an important point. We should, as a community, upvote bugs as much as possible. And this is why it's so important to join places like Discord, where we can come together to discuss bugs and upvote them. It doesn't matter if it's Broke Rock, it doesn't matter if it's Tech Rock, it doesn't matter if it's Exploit or Advanced Automation. If you care about technical Minecraft at all, you should join some of the technical Discords. Now, of course, obviously, Advanced Automation, Exploit, and Tech Rock are going to be some of your most technical Discords, but a lot of the Discords I see will have a place where people can post bugs, links to bugs, and it is so important to upvote these, especially the really, really bad game-breaking ones. Let's see. Let's see. No, it's another. Yeah. I didn't understand. You have to forgive me sometimes. I don't always understand it. I make mistakes. You sure got integrity, mate. Well, I try to. Let's see. Check for border chunk. That's right. That is absolutely the right answer. Your name looks so familiar to me. Are you the guy with the purple and black? What do you call it? It's a circle with little triangles on Discord. I want to say that's who you are. You remind this name right here, Dimitri. That reminds me of a guy on Discord. I want to say you're probably the same guy. Activate Windows. No, Microsoft gets enough of my money. I have another PC. I built this one. This is only for streaming and gaming and stuff on it. I don't really care about it. I don't care if you have to look at this Activate Windows. I don't even care if it burns it into my monitor. It doesn't make me any difference. They're not getting not another dollar. What was I going to say? I have a license on my other PC that I do work on, and they can. Yeah, you can just look at this Activate Windows. He's a funny guy. This Blump, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Okay, I'll try, mate. I have encountered a bug with zombies spawning trapped in leaf blocks. That is interesting. Is it they spawn on the ground and they're trapped in a tree that grows too close to the ground? Mobs can spawn with their head in transparent blocks, glass or leaves, and when you do that on purpose in a mob farm, it creates a thing that we like to call insta-push. Now, because he's surrounded by more leaves, he can't be pushed out of it. So that is a thing that happens sometimes. Can you get Soul Speed 3 with a raid farm? I do not know. I don't know. I mean, let's just go look. Why don't we just... Oh, I don't think it'll list the books. I think it will only... I don't know. I'll have to test that, and we'll talk about it next stream, I guess. Oh, duh. Here's the X. I'm smart. Oh, I closed you guys out, I think. Okay, well, we'll just open up YouTube again. Let's see. Let's see where we at. Let's see. Pop out chat. Yeah, I'm so smart. I just closed all the windows I'm using. That's a good job, guy. All right, let's see. Where was I at before I pulled a dumb person move? I found 2 zombies like that, yeah. How would you check for chunk borders on Bedrock? In my links, I always link a chunk border resource pack that is for PC and mobile players. When they upgraded consoles to the Render Dragon engine, they broke all the shaders, so sorry if you're on a console. There are videos, I believe, on Navy Nexus channel about how to locate a chunk border. I highly recommend you check that out. There are other people who have them, but I recommend that one. Let's see. Can you get Soul Speed 3 with a raid farm? I do not know this. I do know that you can get it from the new bartering system with the piglins. You really the best Bedrock player? I checked the new videos. Sorry. I don't know if I'm the best Bedrock player, but I almost hate to brag, but let's say that I'm in the top 10 of all villager related Minecraft people for Bedrock. How would you check for... Oh, we already talked about that. You're... Okay. Grammar Nazi here. Oh, no, same guy. Okay, good job. The villager might be disappearing from lightning, turning them into witches, and despawning. That is also an option. Anytime you build something villager related, you should build a lightning shield. I sometimes forget to mention that. 10 blocks up, solid thing of blocks or glass or whatever you want to. Just something for the lightning to hit so it doesn't hit your villagers. You shouldn't be able to... Yeah, you shouldn't be able to burn netherite. That is correct. It clears the bug. So let's go upvote that if we can. I don't have the link currently. But if you join the Discord, I'm sure there are links there somewhere to vote that bug. A mine some ancient pretty, but when the dropped in fire, it burnt. That is a bug. let's see. Have a chunk border add-on. Yeah, it's in the links in the description. I believe it is a bug, but I'm not certain. It is definitely a bug. We got to go too late for me. Thank you for stopping by. This guy right here, I see him. He comments a lot and helps a lot of people in my channel. So thank you for stopping by and thank you for helping people. Welcome to live chat. Oh, that's when I pull the dum-dum. Let's see. I'm in the betas. You could get the soul speed from Raid Farm, but in the changelogs, they fixed it. That is disappointing right here. This guy right here helps a lot of people on my channel, so I will believe him for now until I get a chance to check it. They're spawning on the ground with their head and leaf block, but I have recently found a group of 2 and group of 3, which seems really often. Zombies spawn in a herd. 2 to 4 zombies per every time they spawn. So if one spawned, you obviously would get 2, and otherwise you could possibly get up to 4, I guess, stuck in tree leaves. The zombie spawns on the block under the leaf, and the leaf and or glass do not stop them from spawning. So that's why you're seeing that. What are the odds of despawning radius being raised above 44? I think if they can come up with a solution that works, I believe it is a very high chance because it is very unpopular. And I know that there are people way smarter than me, people like Rufus Atticus, and I have seen some of the devs and some of the community moderators and some of the people that are moderators on the Jira Bug Tracker. I have seen a lot of people working together. I'll be honest that having a YouTube channel and having a lot of subscribers has afforded me opportunities to see things. I hate to use the word insider information because that's not accurate, because the Discord that I'm on is open to everybody, but a lot of people discuss things with me privately that they don't necessarily, and I'm not talking about devs, I'm talking about other players and stuff. So I put it at a high chance that the R44 will not be around very long because it is very unpopular. Let's see. Are iron farms fixed? Iron farms were never broken, despite what other people will tell you. Let's see. A lot of people thought they were broken because there were some bugs, and they didn't understand the bugs, and they didn't understand how to navigate around them. But in 1.16, most of the what I would call game-breaking bugs concerning villages are fixed, and the rates are buffed 10 times. So if you want to call that fixed, then let's call it fixed. So iron farms are fixed. I'll just proclaim that right now. Let's see. Villager tech, it's so difficult. It has been difficult. Once you learn the system, it becomes... I see villages the way other people see redstone, and I am jealous of that. Once you learn the system, you're like, this is insanely easy. Like, I don't know why people are talking about. Villagers work really well, and especially now that we have gotten rid of some of the bugs. On 1.14 and below, I think it started in 1.13, but you could do everything correctly, and if someone on your server or realm didn't do it correctly, they could break villages for you. So I understand how it could be incredibly frustrating because you could do everything correctly. You could watch my video, you could watch someone else's video, and you could do it absolutely perfect. And I can't tell you the number of times I've gotten a comment going, I built your farm exactly perfectly, I did everything correctly, and I have to explain to them that, no, John down the street, that guy, he's an idiot, and he broke your farm for you. Nothing I can do about it. I just kill him or whatever, but that bug is fixed according to the changelogs. I have not had a chance to test it, but according to the changelog, it is fixed. So that's great. They should just do the same thing as they did for the other sim distances. They despawn at 128 blocks or when they exit sim distance. Well, that's not actually accurate. Because of the way chunks are in Bedrock, you're in a center chunk, so once you cross that chunk border into the next chunk, so moving one block would actually move the sim distance 16 blocks. So the despawn has to be at least 16 blocks from the chunk border. Because if a mob wanders into unloaded chunks, it actually could never despawn that mob, and that mob would be saved to the chunk data. Now, when you load that chunk, he obviously could be despawned, but he couldn't be despawned because he would be unloaded. So I understand why they did the R44. I just think it's a terrible system. And I really hope they come up with a solution. In Java, they have a thing called quote unquote lazy chunks. And I'm hoping that they do something similar to that for simulation distance 4. Let's see. Understanding is the key. Put in the effort to get the reward, I guess. Well, I hope. Yeah, that's the key to everything. That's the key to your life. Not just Minecraft, but your own entire life. Put in the effort, get the rewards. It's really useful knowing a lot about redstone villages. I know a lot about villagers. I know very little about redstone. This is why I am on so many discords and everything. I started out on Reddit. Some people may know me from there. Same screen name, Hey Olga, and I met a few people who played technically, and I would just bother the crap out of those people day and night. I would just like constantly message them, and this is why, because so many people were kind to me in my early technical playing, that I feel the need to help so many other people. GMO Heaven, Or TV, Dr. Jan Cyan. I'm good friends with him now, but these people were insanely helpful and insanely nice to me as a new technical player. I had played on console and everything else all the way back to Xbox 360, maybe like a month or two after it came out. But I had never played technical playing, and so these people were so nice to me that, I mean, so that's why I do this also. And let's see, I'm going to pen. I'm going to have to wrap this up myself pretty soon because it's almost 9 o'clock here at my time. All right, let's see. Do I like 1.16? So far, I do like everything that I've seen about 1.16. Um, there are some things I don't like. I don't like the R44, and there's some bugs that I'm not real wild about. But overall, I would say 1.16 is very positive, especially for villages. What's the basic explanation of despawning in Java? I don't know enough about Java to even begin to explain how despawning works in Java. I mean, I bought Java whenever it was on sale during the 10th anniversary, but I've played it like 2 or 3 times, and I know a few Java players, but I uh, I would just be making a total fool of myself if I explained how it worked. That is something for someone else to do. You get what you give. Well deserved. Thank you, and catch you all later. Thank you for stopping by. I am going to wrap this up also because my family is home. I will see all you later. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Check out